Richmond at a win is going to have to produce one of his best games of the season.
What a stage for Justin Madden's 300th game. Couldn't get any bigger. Deere and Madden go together. Bit of a blue on at half forward for Richmond now. Emergency umpire out, and he's cleaned all that up.
And a great start by Harry Soros. Big tap straight to Greg Williams, who got a kick away. But Richmond about to drive it into attack.
Jamie Tape pops it up towards centre half forward. Oh, good fly and take by Camporelli. One of the rookies of 1995, no question about that. Played in a premiership a couple of years ago, Woodville West Torrens. The other teenager runs off in Whitehead.
Here's Whitehead to the half-forward line again. Jamie Tape.
Interesting move up forward for the Tigers. They've got Wayne Campbell, who's been picked up by Michael Sexton.
Now Prescott drives it out towards the brilliant Matthew Knights. A clever kick. He gains about 30 metres. He was under enormous pressure and kept it round the boundary line, but he's a class act, Matthew Knights, and vital player for Richmond if they're to win this game.
Mark Neild on a half-forward flank for the Tigers, being picked up by Ange Christou. Neild, another goal kicker.
Deere and Madden, they've been together over the years a bit. Greg Deere on those Hawthorn days when they clashed with Carlton in the mid-80s. Free kick going to Brett Ratton.
Great tackle.
He does that well, doesn't he? Koutafidis, saw him star against Melbourne here a few weeks ago. Pokes it out, Hannah, free kick. Shoved in the back, must get it. Kernahan's in the goal square. Turner with him.
Well, Mill just about kicker from this distance. He's a big drop punt when he gets onto them.
Keeps it low, right towards the goal square. Kellaway, was he being held on to? Ball bouncing through, didn't miss by much in the end. Only needed a bit of an off break and it would have been a goal. So the Carlton get the first score of the match today through Millhanna. Scott Turner to bring it back in.
Big job for Scott Turner playing on the Carlton champ, Steve Kernahan, but Turner is a greatly improved player. Now bringing it straight up the middle, he finds someone there, and it's young David Burke, son of Francis, a champion wingman of the past. Now a low trajectory kick to centre wing, the mark dropped by McKay. Then he gives it off to Camporelli. Camporelli with a quick hand pass. Spalding, but the umpire said interference to Camporelli. And back it'll come to him almost in the centre of the ground. Now leads are coming from everywhere. Kernahan is coming out to the half-forward line. He's heading for him. Turner at the back. Did he push him in the back? Umpire said no. But here's Hannah latching onto the ball. Races in the goal, Millhanna, and he's kicked the goal. First blood to the Blues.
Great start to Millhanna. What a dangerous player. Stephen Kernahan perhaps got a free kick, but I think a little bit of staging involved in that one. But the ball man came streaking past him, and it just finished it off. And there, well, there's definitely a shove there, but to no worry for Carlton, because in came Mill and just got the first goal on the board. And you can see there Jamie Tape will just have to be careful. He's such a dangerous player, Mill, because he can take a grab and he's very quick on the ground.
1-1 Carlton, both scores through Hannah. Madden. Bradley. Quick give. Camporelli. And left foot under pressure, marked by Kellaway. I notice that Bradley's picking Broderick up, Jared, which is messing up the Bond Bradley situation. Now to centre wing, Bullis and Spalding were together. Camporelli again, out of play.
Well, it is the best way to break a negative type tagging situation, by just putting a Bradley-like player onto one of the key runners for the opposition. I see that Prescott has got a pretty big job on Greg Williams.
Burke with a job on Pearce, so good matchups around the ground. Madden again. Left foot, will he make a famous run here today with a bounce and a goal? Wouldn't that bring this place to its feet? What a wonderful sight on a beautiful day. Glorious July day really in Melbourne. You couldn't get a better winter's day.
Madden and Deere. Deere wins at the Maxfield. Good ruck work there by Greg Deere. Here's the ever reliable Dean, but not this time. He allows Gale to give it to Maxfield. He races in the goal from 40 metres. Oh, bad kick. He's hooked it. And that's a very bad miss. Maxfield normally so good on the run. First score to the Tigers are behind.
And they're going to have to get plenty of goals from their smaller players. That was a critical miss.
Here's Sexton receiving from Silvani. Back it comes to Silvani. A very good backline, Carlton. Beautiful kick out towards centre wing, and it's taken by Whitehead, and he wants to get on with it. He brings it around. Koutafidis, that could be out in the full. Did it come off his boot? I think it did. So it's a penalty kick to Mark Neal.
Unlucky Koutafidis. Neal's kick back to Naish. Gee, won't he be battling for a big one today, Chrissy Naish? What an emotional week it's been for him. To full forward. Jerica was at the back, strong body. Silvani tackle on him by Jerica, okay, then tucked it underneath himself, got to be careful there. But no free kick. McKay and Silvani applying the tackle. Pretty hard men to break. Look at young Jerica, the West Aussie.
A couple of matchups across the middle of the ground, Bruce. Bond has gone on to Brown. Knights has got Ratton and Camporelli and Bauer on the other wing.
Here's Bradley getting it. Well, it didn't travel far, about 10 metres. Prescott punched it up. Round it comes to the running Maxfield from the boundary line. Let's see what he can do. He's missed it again. But certainly showing plenty of explosive pace there, Stuart Maxfield. And the Blues lead by 5 points as Silvani surveys who he's going to kick it to. And he finds another loose, well, the same man, in fact, in Sexton. So they've got that pretty well planned, the Blues. Sexton looking to the outer wing. One-on-one contest here. Over the back was Hannah, taken by Michael Gale. Now Greg Williams gets it to Whitehead. Whitehead around the boundary line and bounces. Number 10 you see is Barry Mitchell, former Swan and Collingwood player, of course, and it'll be a throw in on centre wing.
He's kicked a few goals in his time too, Mitchell, particularly at Sydney. Carlton are pretty hot favourites, considering both teams have similar records, 11-2 going in, but they're 5-2 on with National Sportsbook. Christou, quick kick away, gets it to half forward. Pearce went over the top. Gale, strong tackle. Burke, well done. Had to be accurate, he was, to Turner. Turner out here towards Dean. Will he get a good bounce this time? Peter Dean, he'll play his 200th next week. Gale gets rid of him. Didn't get the handle off. Probably not a bad option, actually. Gets it back in the Campbell direction. Good mark against Sexton. He's going to go on. He's got Bond in the pocket. He's going to kick it to him. Bond should play on and kick a goal. Decides to go back. Well, a hard shot now. I think he could have run away then. And got very close. And Gold.
Interesting move having Campbell up on the forward line. It really does put the pressure back on the Carlton hierarchy to see if they're going to match up his mobility.
That's just going to miss. So Richmond are 3 points and Carlton are 1-1. Promising start for Brendan Gale too, Jared. I know that Dean's led into the ball twice, but he's been able to get his hands on it. Yeah,
perhaps a little bit lucky, but doesn't matter. He got the kick and he's got the ball a couple of times. As you say, it may have done a bit of a disservice to Jamie Tate, who is now picking up Koutafidis, and it's Michael Gale now on Milhana.
That's Ange Christou, in case you didn't know. From the big shout of the crowd of a woof as he goes to kick it. He's kicked away by Dior. Strong, hard tackle. And it's a free kick to Brendan Gale, who really looks pretty fired up the way he's attacking the ball.
Yeah, it was a pretty good hip and shoulder here from Spaulding. I'm not sure why that isn't a Shepherd. The ball was within 5 metres.
Well, it looked pretty fair, didn't it, Gerard, actually? Here's Maxfield. In towards full forward. They need someone to take a mark, but that's a good mark. Is it good? No, it's not. It's Andrew McKay taking it. On to Silvani, who lopes away with that familiar stride of his, brings it down towards half-forward. Gale can't get a favourable bounce, but he races back after it with Burke. Burke gives it to Gale. That was good defensive play. And Michael Gale finds his brother Brendan, who goes inside the Knights.
Good shepherding enables Knights to get away. Then a penetrating kick. Jerica almost. Now out of his hands, Silvani back there. Jerica gets it out in the Whitehead direction. Naish, good hands. Oh, it's hot in here at the moment. Whitehead's a little give. Bradley sits and waits and shoves it out wide to Dean. Dean's handball's okay. No, Christou under pressure now. Little paddle. Oh, Sexton brave and strong and half-back. Touches the footy on the ground. Chips it to Ratton. Ratton in the centre square. Uses Sexton again. Carlton trying to set it up. Sexton low. Kernahan cut off. Well played by Tate. This game is now gaining momentum, isn't it?
Certainly is, as we see Prescott bring it out. The Gale, another touch. It's a mark.
The Richmond backline is absolutely firing at the present time. They're running halfbacks They're just linking up, and Brendan Gale is moving down onto the wing to provide an outgoing option for them.
We certainly have a height advantage over Peter Dean once it's up high. A nice kick by Gale, about 60 metres towards half forward. It clears the pack. Here's Campbell. Oh, it wouldn't sit for him. That was stiff. He was waiting for it to bounce up, and it just kept rolling away to the boundary line.
Stephen Turner actually followed Steve Kernahan, or Kernahan followed Turner right deep into the Tigers forward line.
Deer and Madden. Harry wins it. Naish got it around all right. Back towards about 30
Holding.
metres. Free kick to Jerica against Silvani. And Jared, Richmond's done well after Carlton got a little fly early, didn't they?
Well, they're certainly pumped, and they're rising to the challenge as they have done all year. Perhaps they're going to make the critics eat their words. But if Steve Silvani struggles against anybody, it's against the bigger type of full forwards. Tony Lockett gives most people trouble, but he's one player that Steve Silvani has had a bit of trouble with in the past, and this bloke is built around the same sort of physical structure.
Should warn everybody, he's not a great kick. He
missed a few in the last match here.
This is so important to him too, because he has worked very hard on his kicking at training, and if he kicks his first goal from his first attempt today, it'll make a difference. Eureka! Jerica's got the first.
Well, you've been working on that one all week, I know, but I'm sure that would have been the sentiments he felt after missing 4 or 5 easy shots, according to the Richmond faithful last week. He would have been happy to get the monkey off his back so early in the piece. It's just like getting that 3-foot putt, Macca, that, well, perhaps better golfers than you and I could talk more about.
Well, a fast and furious opening. 2 points, Richmond lead. A lot of people just don't rate them all that highly, as we see Kutafides bring it down towards half forward, punched away by Turner. That's good defensive play. That's where Richmond have improved, in defence.
Watch this bloke.
Here's Pearce on the left foot. Danger, but he can't hook it back, Brad Pearce. He puts it out on the full. But he is a very dangerous footballer. But I know a lot of people are a bit sceptical of Richmond, but I think they feel it very strongly about it, and they're out to prove something today.
I thought Brad Pearce could have taken on Bullis with his pace there and almost run straight into goal. It's amazing what nerves do to you early in the piece. You just want to get your boot on the ball.
Knights gets hold of it. It was a low kick out of defence by Turner. So important, Knights, isn't he? He is the really class act in this Richmond side in the midfield. Broderick also very good.
Oh, what a mark.
Good mark.
He's good in a one-on-one, Kutafides. He plays so tall, doesn't he? And is a real athlete. At centre wing, and then kicks it back to half forward. Hannah in a bit of a wrestle with Gale. Well done, Spalding. Little one to Kernahan, a beauty. Earl the curl. It's like Greg Williams and Gerard.
Yes, it was a bullet-like 30-metre left foot spearing pass that Earl's so famous for.
Well, he is now.
He is, yeah. I thought he could have actually kept going, but I think he may have taken the right option at the end of the day, Pete.
Definitely the right option.
Talk us through this goal, mate. You've kicked 1,000 of these.
Well, he's got a lovely kicking style, Steve Kernahan. Sometimes drifts him to the right. He might have snuck that one in, Brucey. He has.
Kernahan gets his first. And the Blues are back in front. It's 2-1 Carlton and 1-3 Richmond.
And not surprising to see Earl Spalding involved in creating a goal. He's just a terrific battler, Earl Spalding. And he's so vital to Carlton. When he plays well, so do Carlton. And I'm sure Kernahan will be happy that he's on the board early.
Carlton by 4 points as Madden and Deer both miss. In fact, Deer caught one across the mouth then. Out here is Prescott, hooking it back to half forward. Some pressure put on by Whitehead, I should say, was good play to Bradley. Bradley, a quick hurry kick to the half forward line. Hannah flies middle of the pack. Couldn't take it. Knights dives. Tries to shuffle it out. He does so to Prescott. He loses it. Here's Kutafides. Quick kick by Kutafides to half forward. Racing back to the flight of the ball is Michael Gale to take a courageous mark.
And I think Paul Deal's got a bit of a problem with his eye. In fact, I think he may wear contact lenses. You can see the dinosaur just letting go with a paw.
Well, as it turned out, it should have been a free kick to Deer when you look at it. That But out here is Maxfield. Also there is Mitchell. Here's Callaway crushing his way through the pack. Good play, Duncan Callaway, and then it rolls over the line. Will be a throw-in.
Deer's okay. Chris Bradshaw, the doctor's been out to have a look at him. So no blood obviously there, and everything all right. Madden and Deer again. 2-1 to 1-3. Carlton in front. Madden probably got him. Here's Campbell on the left foot, slung a bit, and Sexton's able to mop up at half-back. Part of this famous Carlton defence. To centre wing, Hannah stretched high. He and Kudafidi such good marks for their height around the ground. Gives Carlton another dimension in their field play.
I think people rate probably the West Coast and Carlton of having the two best defences in the competition. We see Madden and Deer. Deer won that, but it's McKay knocking it on. Michael Gale is it's shuffled out quickly, but Burke was there to knock it on. The Richmond players race in after it. Here's Knights, he dives on it. Ratton's hot in his hammer, and the umpire will bounce it in the centre of the ground. Nothing in it so far. 13-9 in favour of Carlton. 4-point margin.
On a perfect winter's day, Madden and Greg Deer. Greg Deer, the only player out there for Richmond who's played more than 150 games, and there are 9 Carlton players in that boat. So there's a big difference in experience today. Sexton getting a lot of touches. Good-looking kick off the boot, though. Campbell's got the drop on McKay. That'll be a good contest between those two. McKay held it up, did well. Ratton got it off Christou. Here's a chance. Brown on the run. A bounce. Tucks it under the arm. Waits. Kicks to the pocket. Pearce, he found him beautifully. Handballed shortly to Williams. Decides not to.
Would have been too risky.
Well, by the time he thought about it, it would have been, but not. The reflex would have been all right.
And I think David Burke just made a critical error there when he just kept running at the player with the ball coming forward in Brown. He left his man, and Pearce ducked back and ended up 30 metres clear.
15 goals in his last 4 starts, Pearce. It's a good return straight through the high diddle-diddle. So the Blues now steadied up again and are travelling sweetly. 3-1 to 1-3.
If you're the only player on the ground, well, you probably have to go. But you'll see here that Brown actually draws 2 players, which leaves 1 player free. You saw one of the Tigers coming from the side there, and there was always going to be Brad Pearce on his own.
Ten points in favour of Carlton. Sexton's had 5 kicks and 4 marks. Here's Knights. Oh, nearly tripped. Then gets in a hand pass. Out here to Jamie Tate, who lets it go. Here's Greg Deer. Couldn't get his boot to it. Grabbed by Kudafidi. Good play. Williams went without it. Fraser Brown on the Brett Williams. Brings it back up towards Pearce, who's got it on his left. He's going to hook this back hard and high. It'll lob up into the pocket. It's all Richmond, 2 of them. And David Burke goes back and takes the mark, then proceeds to kick it out towards Scott Turner. Kernahan put the pressure on. He's got support here from Knights. Is that a free kick? Umpire said no. Backer comes to the boundary line and helped on its way by Brett Ratton.
Knights disappointed he didn't get a free kick there. Ratton, who copped a serious knee injury at a vital time for Carlton in their quest for a flag last year. Madden worked underneath it by Deer, Kellaway and Mitchell. Chance now for Maxfield. Little give good to Bauer. Bauer at centre wing, centering kick. Naish underneath it. Bradley, or rather Broderick, I should say. Bradley playing back there on him. Silvani away. Good kick. Williams tries a half volley. Stood his ground beautifully. Was Knights. Intercepted by Kudafidis. Important. Williams spins once, twice, gets a free kick, and then plays on, does the diesel. Not such a bad option to Ratton in a hole on his own as centre half forward.
That handball smother made a big difference there. No, it could have been a goal the other way, couldn't it?
Good interception by Kudafidis.
The athleticism of him, wasn't it, Kudafidis? He was able to leap and cut off the Knights handball. So Ratton goes from about 48 metres. Kernahan brings it back into the field of play. Turner was there. Kernahan still slung off it. Turner held a bit, gets a free in the back pocket. Is the advantage given? It is to Campbell. Campbell's going to kick it to centre wing. Bullis, will it sit? It does not. Out of play.
Yes, and he was bumped over and then Bullis into the trainer's bench there. He's right under there. Hope he's all right. There he is, Paul Bullis. He was bumped over the line and he ended up in the gutter.
It's amazing how many players allow the ball to bounce. If he had just taken a couple of more quicker paces, he would have marked that football.
Oh, he's hobbling around. He's outside the line at the moment. Now he hobbles back on. As Camporelli gets it to McKay. That's good play by the Blues. Andrew McKay long to the pocket. Pearce at the back. Oh, he read it well and couldn't hang on to it. Here's Gale. Oh, caught. Tries to get his boot to it. Great play by Williams. Sprints clear. Hooks it back at goal. Sensational play by the Brownlow medalist. Greg Williams kicks his first. A great individual effort. The Blues 4-1 lead Richmond 1-3.
You talk about making critics eat their words. Greg Williams has gone forward on many occasions this year, and I haven't seen too many problems with his performance across the half-forward line. If you can get the football in the middle of the ground, you've got to be able to get it as a mobile forward centreman, is what Williams is doing with success.
Danger time now for Richmond. 4-1 to 1-3 after the Williams goal. Gale, who'd made the mistake. Knights got rid of it in a hurry. Advantage given. He would have got the free kick. Campbell. Naish got a little held onto there, but nothing. Sexton, who's had 5 kicks already. Silvani's hip and shoulder. Christo.
They're going to battle to score goals up there against that Carlton defence, Bruce, by the look of it.
Interesting to see that Carlton are using Camporelli in at the bounces. He moves out onto a wing onto Bauer.
Deer, Madden. Deer works the front. Over the top, Kellaway, but straight to Silvani. Now Silvani at centre-half back gets around. Held up by Naish. Well done, Maxfield. Naish to kick the goal. The Tigers are back with a second goal. Well done, Maxfield.
Bad mistake, Silvani, though, wasn't it, Gerald?
Well, he was trying to get the handball to Barry Mitchell, but it was almost the second option that got him into trouble. Good little hand got into trouble there from Maxfield, as you say, Bruce. He was the one that put the initial pressure on. And then Harry thinking that perhaps it's because it's his 300th, he should just let the umpires know how to play the game.
Yep, once you get to 300, you've got every right to umpire the game. So there's Greg Deer, who's got to, well, he's pretty tall himself. He's got to jump high to get over Madden. 10 points the margin. Madden taps it down. Richmond are a fighting team. I'll keep at it. There's Broderick on the left of screen. We haven't seen anything of Paul Broderick so far.
Well, he was pushed up to the half-forward line. Probably dragged Bradley out of it, but they've got to go get their best players on the ball.
So Madden and Deer again. Here's Broderick. Just kicked it about 2 metres. Kicked in mid-air by Christo. There's Knights appealing for the free kick, and he's been paid this money. He's certainly making the umpire notice him as he brings it out wide. Here's Broderick, former Fitzroy centreman. Oh, an ordinary kick to the half-forward line, misses the mark. Andrew McKay is there. He did that very well, and he'll drive it long to the half-forward line.
Looking for Williams. Prescott going with him and runs off him this time. Prescott at centre wing. Wobbly one to centre-half forward to be a hard ball to mark. Well done, Maxfield has been terrific in the first quarter. Not such a good kick, but for Richmond, not a bad result in the end. Out of bounds, right forward pocket.
Good work by Ashley Prescott to turn that ball over against Carlton, because Greg Williams, despite his small stature, is one of the most gifted players in a marking duel one-on-one.
Richmond not far from goal. 4-1, 2-3 they trail, but they got the last goal through Naish. Madden in the front spot. Deer worked well over the back. Jerica off the ground by Christo. Neiled. Good tackle, Sexton. Neiled again. Silvani over the top. Tries to hold it up and does successfully. About 35 to 40 metres from the Richmond goal. Magnificent crowd in attendance. Must be 90,000 people here today.
So the bounce 35 metres out from the Richmond goal. Madden with double fist. Here's Sexton, who's been terrific so far. Very good player, Sexton. Campbell did well to keep it in play. Sexton will head for the line. You can bet on that. And he helps it on its way. And I think the umpire sensibly paying that as, well, not paying it as deliberate. Couldn't do much else then. Madden and Deer. Here's Bradley at the back. Deer, well, they both missed it. Here's Campbell, an open goal. Well play by Wayne Campbell. Let's see what he's done. He might have kicked it. Oh, no, he's missed an absolute sitter from 20 metres running in.
Well, Richmond worked hard to isolate Michael Sexton on a smaller player. First of all, it was Wayne Campbell. Then they tried to get Stuart Maxfield to play beside him, but finally the Tigers have conceded because he was getting too many kicks, Sexton, and Neil has gone down there.
Danger, but McKay's a good man to give it to in a dangerous situation. Silvani just popped it to him. 2-4 Richmond, 4-1 Carlton. Dean on the lead, takes a good mark at half-back. Had a shaky start to this match, Dean, uncharacteristic. Good that time to Ratton. Ratton then steadies it up. Nice kick to Brown. Meticulous planning by Carlton here out of defence. Brown kicks it to Kernahan. It bounces. He takes it very well, does the big fellow. Stops, props. Little one on the left. Good. Got Williams. Didn't panic Kernahan, did he? He sort of got into a bit of trouble, then he just looked around, sized it up and went to Greg Williams.
Well, the good thing for Kernahan was that when he looked up, there was 5 moving targets. He did ignore most of them and finally kicked an 8.5 metre pass to Greg Williams.
Who's going to bring it across towards Pearce? That's a terrific setup, isn't it? Not 50, but coming back. So quick, Pearce, and when he does lead to a hole.
Well, the good part about the movement was that the Carlton half-forward line all pushed up the ground to leave that 40-metre space for Pearce to lead into.
Youngberg should have been a metre in front of him before that lead.
Pearce to kick for goal from about 40 metres out. Good kick, Pearce. Well, what a difference at one end, Campbell running into a gimme, and at the other, Pearce kicking it, and it's a big turnaround, isn't it? 5-1 to 2-4.
Well, you'd have to say, Bruce, that they're looking pretty ominous up forward. I think that both sides have equalised in between the 50s, but when Carlton go forward, they've just got too much class up there, and they're converting a lot more easily.
So let's see what happens with Madden and Greg Deere. They come at each other. Deere got the touch. Campbell is there trying to get in the hand pass. Broderick, quick hands. Bradley can't get his boot to it. Madden is there. Bauer. Now Campbell, that could be holding the ball. It is holding the ball. He just held it far too long, and it's Kudafidis. Bring it out to Bradley. Danger because Bradley is normally has great disposal. Finds Camporelli. Camporelli fires it at goal. This could be close. Just misses. One behind to the Blues.
Just to emphasise that, the inside 50-metre statistics have Richmond with 10 and Carlton with 12.
Look like the Tigers are going to make a change. Bullis provides one option for Turner. Turner's going to hug the boundary line. Kicked it very well, actually. Getting it out to halfback and Tape. He also keeps it close to the line, going for Knights, and well done. And now Knights able to run away. So this is a good counter-attack by Richmond. Knights right up to the centre wing. 3 bounces. Then brings it to centre half forward with a great kick. Well played, Richmond. To Gale. Now he's at 52 metres. There's a vacant goal square. He's going to play on then, but
got to move it quickly.
Decided not to. Jerica then made one lead and then came out. Now Gale just pops away, wanting Jerica. Silvani all over him. Free kick, Jerica.
I think he was hanging on initially as well, Bruce, and all over his neck. Yep.
Well, young Stephen Jerica.
He reads the play beautifully, as he did in his last match here. He just reads it so well. Huge body on him. He's been obviously done a few weights, Gerard.
Well, he's only a pup, and he's going to get bigger than that.
He's a big pup, though, Gerard.
He is.
19 years of age. Now, this will be an important kick.
Oh, enormous pressure on him now.
Siren's gone. Tigers to close the gap. Jerica from the pocket. It looks pretty close. He's got it. Well, what a finish to the opening quarter. That really has set it up, hasn't it? You wanted the Tigers to get one back because they'd worked very hard to keep it pretty even against Carlton. So how do you read it, Jared, at 5-2 to 3-4?
Well, a pretty even first quarter. I thought Carlton looked the more polished side, but Richmond have really come out as a side committed. They're tackling ferociously. They've just made a couple of errors. We saw Campbell miss a goal that he should have converted, and that would have drawn them even closer to the Blues. But overall, you'd say the Blues have got a little bit too much ability on each line, and it's going to take an incredible team performance by the Tigers to be in front at the end of the day.
10-point game at quarter time. Carlton a 5-2, Richmond 3-4. 5-2, 3-4. Perfect conditions. Start of the second term of the Melbourne Cricket Ground on a blockbuster Sunday here in terms of crowd, atmosphere and build-up. And a pretty good game too. 5 goals to Carlton. 3-4. Madden in his 300th wins the tap. Bauer was there. Bond crashes through. Knights, who became very important late in the first quarter. And he looks for a free kick, and Williams suggests, and so does Ratton, that Knights dropped the footy.
David Burke started on Pearce, but he's been relieved of those duties, and Jamie Tape has gone over onto Pearce, who did look dangerous in the first quarter.
Now Bond's got a free kick, I think, against Fraser Brown. They're matching up, so a couple of blokes that like to get involved there. Jurika on a long lead, comes to ground. Prescott goes to full forward. Neal getting back there with him, Sexton. Bounce the ball now, favours Neal. He's tucked away in the pocket, went to ground, has to get it out. Chance down, is it Maxfield's handball? Back to Neal, thumps it back, went through Campbell. Naish is there with McKay. It's very strong, McKay, isn't he? And going to be a bounce down about 25 metres from the Richmond goal. Early goal here would be very handy for the Tigers. Madden did well to Whitehead. Sexton again, Ratton. That's very good football, Carlton. Koutafidis had 7 kicks in the first quarter. Hannah went to ground. And Gale, unfortunately for the Tigers, the ball ran away from him and went out of play right in front of the 7 commentary box here at the MCG.
That'll be a great contest. Hannah and Michael Gale, both similar in builds. Here's Madden. Well, nothing's much happening in those ruck contests. They're both pushing and shoving. Look at that handball from Williams to Bradley. Bradley down towards half forward, taken by Jamie Tape. Was good play onto the left. Greg Deere should mark. Can't. He's underneath it. Here's Campbell on centre wing. Campbell should go over the line here and go for the safety. Harassing him there is Andrew McKay, who helps it on its way.
Campbell just doesn't appear to be handling the ball with the same surety that he did for the first part of the season. He's fumbled it a couple of times. The last few times he's gone near it.
Madden and Deere again, down to Broderick. Got a bit of distance actually. Gale attacked it, went through him. Whitehead has got the job on Naish, out of play. So good year, Whitehead. He's probably the unsung hero in that defence. One of the 6. But still a teenager. And what experience he's gaining by playing alongside the Silvanis, Deans and Sextons. Madden in the front spot. Deere. Madden did pretty well. Did Harry. Little kick. And he's going to have another crack at it again with Deere. He gains about 20 metres. Brown and Bond. 32 to 22.
Chris Bond, of course, a former Carlton player himself, so he'll be keen to show up. Deere won that one, but it's Bradley down towards halfway. Callaway versus Mitchell. Callaway, very strong player, knocking it on. Good play, but he was held by Mitchell, said the umpire. I thought Mitchell actually did all right in that contest.
I spoke about Callaway, thinking that perhaps he may be the better matchup for Greg Williams across that half-forward line.
Here's free kick to Greg Deere against big Justin Madden. And Deere, he often runs close to the man on the mark, but he's running away from Madden here. Brings it down towards half forward, hoping someone can take a mark. Andrew McKay, 2 bites of the cherry, couldn't take it. Well played, Campbell. Enormous skill. Gets onto the left boot. It rolls. It bounces. Will it go through? Yes! Oh, great goal, Campbell. Well, that just wouldn't stop rolling.
It was a handy first bounce, wasn't it? Taking it to the right. He certainly handled the ball pretty well that time, Macca. Sometimes that's what you need in a big game to get yourself firing. Just a little bit of luck. And I think everybody agree this constitutes luck. Just have a look at this bounce. Oh, it was unbelievable. Great goal to the Tigers.
It's tightening up now, 5-2 to 4-4. Williams caught out of the centre. Brown was there. Also Spalding comes out to Kudafides. Ninth kick coming up. Goes to the forward pocket. Turner's there. Now Tape should get back to mop up. It's got to be important here that he gets this cleanly away. High ball, Kudafides. Such a good mark. Got to kick it away from Kudafides. He'll outmark you 9 out of 10. Now he plays on. Centre half forward. Oh, great kick. Look at this to Hannah. That is superb, Kudafides.
Dean Rice up on the boundary warming up, and I think that's Barry Mitchell coming off, who hasn't had much of the footy today. Great grab here from Kudafides. Look at the strength in that right hand, and then moves on and quickly kicks it into open space. And that's what they're doing well, the Blues. They're really keeping their half forward line open for the mobile forwards.
Hannah's already kicked one today. Gives that a big hook. So Carlton 5-3 to 4-4. 1-2 to Milhannah. So Rice is on the ground, Gerard, and Mitchell off. Turner to bring her back in. Really tightened up this game, hasn't it?
Yes, I think they're pretty determined, Richmond. They're up there near the top of the ladder. A lot of doubters about them. Got some key players out, but they're fighting like heck against a very good side in Carlton. Now, centre wing. Thump away is from Dean. Here's the brilliant Knights. Oh, cleverly done by Knights. Well played. To Maxfield, the racehorse. Off he goes. Oh, I thought he would have had a bounce in, but kicks it long. Here's Jurica. Yes! Oh, this kid reads the play beautifully when the ball's in flight.
And if he keeps taking the marks 10 or 15 metres out from goal, it doesn't matter what his kicking style is like. He should convert. Good work there by Knights. It's amazing to believe that this fella had such a problem kicking goals last week, because having a look at his style, Macker, it doesn't seem to be too bad.
I think he's been working on it, but he was pretty nervous in his last game. So Jurica, Stephen Jurica from 20 metres directly in front. I know Mel Brown said he was the best junior talent he'd ever seen in Western Australia as a young kid. And you wouldn't believe it, he's going for his third on a very good opponent in Silvani. Oh, has he got it? Yes! Well, the Tigers in front by a point.
For the first time today, I think.
Watch this individual effort by Knights. He just eludes Christou there. Pretty poor effort to tackle, and I'm sure David Parkin will be a bit upset about that one. He should have been buried. Knights, no mercy there, and it's cost them a goal. Well done to Jurica.
Five, 5-4 for the second time today. Richmond in front. They led by a point in the first quarter after a Jurica goal. He's done it again. 34 to 33. Madden just fends off Diggers away, free kick.
I think Deer's doing well in the ruck.
No doubt about that, Peter. Runs away, lopes away, kicks the ball to full forward. Jurica, Silvani went. Gee, unfortunately for Richmond, no crummers. They had 3 Carlton players around Jurica. Surely a little Tiger could have been there to take it. There's Gale running back on towards Hannah. As Peter McKenna said, what a match-up that is in terms of physique and aggression and also endeavour. Now Deer works to the front. Madden getting a little bit frustrated. Rogers was there. Tackle on Sexton was good. McKay held up.
Oh.
It's Campbell on the left. Back to centre half forward. Whitehead worked Nash underneath it. Now Whitehead has to spin under pressure. Broderick should kick a goal. He does. Wonderful footy by Richmond. The Tigers are on top. They have kicked 5 of the last 6 goals of this match.
What about Campbell's effort, Gerard, to keep that ball in play?
Well, the entire side for Richmond are just battling their guts out. They're really firing together. They're giving everything. And if you apply enough pressure on any back line, it will crumble. I thought prior to Broderick getting that kick that both he and Bradley had nullified each other, but Broderick in front now.
Richmond by 7 points. Deer doing well. He wins it again. The centre, I think, was another free to Deer. And Madden was right over his neck. And Big Harry, he's not happy, but it's in his... You have a look at this. Right over the neck. And the umpire spot on the scene. And Harry's given away, or Justin we should call him, has given away 3 or 4 free kicks to Deer.
Well, I think if they played free kicks like that every time that Ruckman battled each other, there'd be 20 each quarter.
So Silvani, you don't agree with that free? He had him round the neck, Jerry.
Well, you have a look at every boundary throw, and that's standard procedure.
So Silvani kicks it wide to Christou. Christou on centre wing, sweeps onto the left boot and brings it back towards half-foot. Hannah in front. Oh, good punch away from Gale. By Gale, I should say. Here's Ratton. He swoops on it.
Oh, look at that for
Oh,
pressure.
he brought it out towards Christou. It was deflected and it's a throw-in.
Well, significant kick that one from Brett Ratton, because he wasn't under pressure and he just threw the ball onto his boot. That was just mental pressure.
Tigers by 7 points. Madden, Campbell, Williams on the bottom. Carlton needing some inspiration from somewhere. Maybe Greg Williams can provide it. Said earlier that Richmond have kicked 5 of the last 6 goals after Carlton threatened to dominate early. Bond, well played. Held up, should have got a free kick. Christou hanging on.
Well, Steve Kernahan has had a look at Bond. He's not happy, but Kernahan's hardly seen the ball this term.
There were 5 goals to at quarter time, and the only real attack was the Hannah shot for goal after Kudafidi set him up, and he missed it. Maxfield, little toe poke, kneeled, handball good. Broderick on the left, kicks it high to full forward. Jurika versus Silvani. Dean getting back. It goes to ground. Naish very good in this situation. Left foot steady, misses. Should not have. Really should have kicked the goal. A couple of players have slipped today. 5-3-6-5. He's such a sharpshooter.
Well, a big chance there was for a crummer, wasn't there? And eventually Chris Bond came on the scene and missed. Listen to the roar. Christou brings it to half-back. Gale couldn't mark. Kudafidis. Bradley did it well. Williams, a hurried kick to the half-forward line. Here's Dean Rice, the former Saint, swoops on it and brings it back with the right foot. Jamie Tape races at it, and he's quite happy to see it roll over the line, deep in the forward pocket for the Blues.
Under siege, Carlton now. They do need a lift through the middle of the ground. Just haven't got the ball into their forward line anywhere near enough this quarter.
Kernahan and Turner to do the ruck work. And Spalding takes it out of the air. Bauer, probably a good move actually, because Bradley was lurking. Concedes a behind. Tigers leading at 6-5-5-4. Nathan Bauer. His 5th season, only played 40 games, so it's been a battle for him. Turner, who's much improved over the last couple of seasons. Kello, he's got a few options and he's deciding against a couple. He'll have to hurry up. Umpire will take it off him if he's not careful. Now he goes long. Gee, had 3 or 4 opportunities. Gale the target. Got worked underneath it. Madden goes off the ground and finds Rice. In scoring range. It's either Rice or Bradley, because Bradley was also there waiting.
Well, after 300 games, you can do those sorts of things. In fact, I think he meant to kick to Bradley in that case.
It's good play all the same by Madden.
Yeah, for sure. Dean Rice off the interchange, replacing Barry Mitchell. A chance to bring Carlton back within a point. It's a low kick. Not going to quite make it. Gale punches it through. Turner did pretty well with Kernahan on that occasion. So we're back to a goal. 5-5-6-5. Now it's Carlton's turn to pepper. And Turner, who generally today has gone long, gets set to kick it out again.
So Scott Turner will be very happy with this quarter, the way the ball's down the other end all the time. Here's Campbell. Oh, gee, used his body beautifully then. He is a class player, Wayne Campbell. Enormous skill. He's on half-back. Brings it in towards Gale. He might mark this at the back. No, it's a loose ball with Maxfield. It kicks quickly, good play. But racing back is ever reliable Sexton. On to Silvani. Jurika after him, but a good kick from Silvani way out in front of Hannah. Hannah's on centre wing. He ducks around under the right boot. Milhana almost brought down, but he brings it to half forward to pack the ballot. It's over the back. The Richmond players come at it. Jamie Tate, well played to Broderick. They've really picked up in defence. Here's Rogers. Rogers cleverly. Back it comes to Broderick. Broderick wide out towards the boundary line. Will it sit? No, it won't. Bond takes it over.
Good defence by both teams today. Low scoring so far. 6-5. Deep into the second quarter. Madden, Deere, who certainly has won it. Ratton had a fair while to get rid of it. Michael Gale tries to fend Madden off. He's
too high.
Going to get a free kick.
There's an interchange occurring for Carlton. Surprising that Hannah comes off because he's such a dangerous player but hasn't seen much of the ball this quarter.
Clappe comes on. He was looking for Deere there. It's a free kick going to Carlton to Koutafidis. So the Blue fans reckon it's about time.
Rubbish the last free kick.
Koutafidis in the direction of Kernahan. He's got it on his chest. It was a floater, and Turner was unfortunately at the back. Now Camporelli short. I think the captain might go back and kick the goal here. He'll take a good one, but he is a good one. Not quite making it. Front spot off the ground. Camporelli hitting the post. Behind. So Carlton 5-6 to 6-5.
Well, we're seeing a very good game of football under finals conditions.
Dipper, what's up with Hannah?
Yeah, he's just going through a few exercises down here. Bruce looks like a bit concerned about his hamstring.
Thanks for that, mate.
Well, that's a bit of a worry. Strained hamstring. Well, hard to play with. There's Koutafidis. Oh, good play by Bullis. Oh, taken away by Koutafidis. Tremendous football. Into the pocket. Oh, and the mark taken there by Pearce. The Richmond player waited over the back. Koutafidis, what a game. He's had 12 kicks, 3 marks and 1 handball.
Look at the way he just holds that ball in the one hand. He's an athlete of all sorts of proportions, and not only that, he can play football.
So a chance to put the Blues in front by a point. Brad Pearce has kicked 2. And he's hooked. That's a high kick, a high floater. Didn't even, well, just snuck through for a behind. They're not kicking well down to that end of the ground. They're not making much distance. We've seen Rice, Kernahan, and now Pearce.
Gone from 5-1 to 5-7, Carlton. So they've kicked 6 consecutive points. And if Richmond could get one against the flow here, it could really sting. The target was Deere. Gets down to Madden on hands and knees. Koutafidis can't quite break that tackle. Bradley tapped it out. Spalding, crunch. Well done, actually ricochets. Rice sets it up for Pearce. Tate tries to work to the front. Pearce, one-handed beauty. Now he's got to kick this. He's had a few shots and missed. I know he's got a couple of goals, but he's missed a couple. They need this one now, Carlton. They're on top in field play at the moment, but they haven't been able to peg back the Tigers.
Just good use of the body there by Pearce. Edged his opponent underneath the ball, and then good enough with the one hand.
Goes from 45 metres. Coming back. Missing again, so 7 consecutive points to Carlton.
He's kicking the ball very, very high, and instead of driving it low, but see that hanging up there, and his last 2 kicks have been pretty ordinary. You see Turner looking for an option. He's going to bomb it out long, and I think that's probably the better option at this stage. Deere at the back. Oh, got it on quickly to Maxfield. Oh, well smothered down here at half forward by Naish. Still going on with it. Still there, Naish, as he dives on it. The umpire will come in and bounce halfway between centre wing and half forward for the Tigers. 3 points the margin. Richmond in front. Greg Deere. Well, it's a poor bounce by the umpire. Goes straight to Andrew McKay. Up in the air towards centre wing. Spalding sets himself. No mark. The ball hits the deck. And the umpire will bounce it again.
Real stalemate at the moment. Both teams struggling to get a goal. It's been a while since the last one. About 8 minutes. 8-minute mark of this quarter. So it's over 10 minutes since we've had a goal. Deere, Koutafidis, outstanding player on the ground to date. Wins it. Clappe has just come on. Brown running with him. Little give. No. Turns around. Straightens the body. Kicks it to Kernahan. comes out. Kernahan quickly round the body. Now Pearce will kick a goal. No, he won't. Yes, he will. The Blues have hit the front. It was one of those that he was always going to get it, and suddenly wasn't, and finally he did.
He certainly made hard work of it. Steve Kernahan missed a pretty obvious handball to his long-time teammate Craig Bradley. You'll see that just about come up. Wasn't a bad kick, this one. Perhaps Kernahan should have given it. There's Bradley down here that should have got the handball. And goals.
Blues in front by 3 points after Brad Pearce's third goal. There's Madden, he wins that one. Oh, Bond was unloaded across the head. Umpire called play on as it's kicked out off the ground, way out towards centre wing. The Blues leading the race. Sexton is there with Neil. There's two Carlton players, in fact, because Bradley's there to lend a hand on to Christou. Christou gets onto that left boot and brings it in towards... No, it's not. It's a free kick coming back. And it's coming... A free kick coming back here towards Spalding. And he's at centre-half forward.
I think it may well have been against Bond.
So Spalding, from 75, 80 metres out, brings it in towards the square. Kernahan, Turner, over the back. Jamie Tape and Michael Gale, and Gale punches it over the line.
So now Carlton on top after Richmond made the running early in this quarter. So Bond a bit lucky to get away with not being hurt then when Spalding went in very hard, and then there was a free kick a little later. You can use your imagination. I didn't see it. 6'8", 6'5". You can only surmise in a situation like that. 44-41. Carlton back in front after Richmond had taken the initiative from them in the first part of the second quarter after Tarika Gold on the siren in the first term. Spalding read it pretty well. Now gets hold of it, goes back to McKay. McKay can straighten the body. He's outside 50. Goes across to Kernahan. Not a bad kick. Free kick. Surely.
Oh, should have been.
That is rough. Well played, Kudafides. Knight's happy to give it away without a play.
Just to give you some idea of how dominant Kudafides has been this quarter, and this is why we think Steve Kernahan should have got a free kick. Kudafides had 6 kicks, 1 handball. The next best return for a Carlton player is 2 kicks, 1 handball.
Well, it's at half forward with Rice. Good play by Rice. He knocks it on towards Madden. The Carlton players swoop. So does Callaway. And they dive in on top of it, half forward in front of the Melbourne members' pavilion. It'll be a bounce. Anyone's game, this, very evenly contested. Carlton lead by 3 points. So another awkward bounce. Deere tries to help it towards the boundary line. Fraser, well, he's been fairly quiet. Fraser Brown, Jared.
Well, he's having trouble with Bond, who's a terrific tagger. He's got bigger scalps than Brown on his belt, and Brown's a magnificent player in his own right, just struggling a little bit.
Clappe was there. Now Broderick tried to give it to Gale. Williams, Rice, handball. Camporelli, still Camporelli, well played, eluded the tackles, goes long as he often does to the goal square. Kernahan sets himself. Turner gets rid of him. It's out of play.
I don't know whether I would have played that one, but certainly the other one.
Well, it was one or the other, wasn't it?
Gee, Spalding was strong in his vocal attack. And look at Greg Williams.
You're telling me Harry Madden should have been paid a free kick for a little
around the neck, and so should have Kernahan's out here, but let's have a look at it.
If he hasn't been pulled off the ball here, I'm dead set. What's that?
It's a free kick.
Yeah, free kick.
Now Spalding to kick a goal. Well, he was crunched at the back. Gee, Carlton unlucky here. Oh, this might get away unless they're careful.
The umpires, of course, Bruce. This is pure umpire, ordinary play.
Well, Spalding surely should have got a free kick.
Well, who's going to get this, Carlton? Fraser Brown, is he? Or Kernahan?
It's a free kick to Carlton.
We refrained from commenting on the umpires on Friday night. I reckon they had a pretty ordinary night. And this is just pure and simple. The umpires not controlling what is a fiery situation.
I wonder if the Spalding free... No, it's Kernahan getting it. There's Brown and Bond. Well,
I wonder if that's for the other two.
They've been a bit stiff in the free kick department, the Blues.
And the Richmond players don't look too happy with that one.
Kernahan has kicked one today. This to give Carlton a little buffer, or putting them away by 9 points. He's got it. Two to Kernahan.
Well, full credit to the Tigers, who are really pumped up and having a red-hot go, but that free kick just had to be paid. But let's just hope the Tigers can rally again and come in at half-time not too far down. In fact, they could even go in front. See Matthew Knights is captain of the club, going to the umpires and just having a word with them. This is the follow-up. Well, there was a free kick there also, wasn't there?
So back we go to the centre. The Blues by 9 points as Deere hooks it back. Here's Maxfield. Quick kick down to half forward. Here's Nash. Oh, knocked it on beautifully to Neil. Neil braces in the goal. Just misses. Should have kicked that one. Knights gave it to him on a platter.
Nash.
Nash, I should say.
That's the way the Tigers have got to continue to play. Just keep the ball going quickly.
Silvani short danger. Campbell normally good. Play on call. Quickly round the body. Bouncing ball.
Free kick back here.
Free kick.
To Campbell, is it? Yes. So there's a fair bit happening after the ball's been kicked here. And Campbell, the recipient of a free kick.
The stakes are pretty high here. The umpires are under enormous pressure, but if the free kicks are there, it doesn't matter where they are on the ground, you've got to pay them. And there's the free kick there, too high.
Camporelli all over him. Now Campbell's kicked one. He did miss an easy one earlier on. That's a good kick off the boot. He's got it. They're a good side, Richmond. They're keeping on going here. 7 goals, 8 to 7-6.
And Wayne Campbell has been one of the reasons the Tigers have surged in front earlier in the quarter and are now within striking distance once again, only 2 points down. He's had a magnificent second quarter.
Well, it's a real blockbuster. Carlton by 2 points. There's Williams, always smothered by Tigers, and the ball was held to him, and you can hear the Richmond supporters yelling out ball. But he didn't have much hope of getting rid of that as Chris Mitchell will come in and bounce. This is a really good contest we're seeing. Richmond out to prove themselves. I think they've already proved themselves this year. Koutafidis is there. Now Rogers did that very well. Rogers to the half-forward line. Gale comes down to lend a hand. He's got it, Gale. Then looks for Maxfield. Here's the dangerous Campbell. Well played, Wayne Campbell. Into the pocket, and the mark has been taken down here by Broderick. Oh, Richmond are fighting hard here. And the Campbell has been terrific. Class act, Wayne Campbell.
Yes, he's risen to the occasion. Has been down, according to a couple of Tiger scribes, just a little bit in the last couple of games. But, well, he's back to his best, particularly in this quarter.
This man on screen's had a great season, Paul Broderick. He's kicking for his second. Former Fitzroy centreman stabs it low. It's a goal. Tigers in front.
The 2 goals for Paul Broderick in this quarter on Craig Bradley, so perhaps the Carlton hierarchy will have to rethink this move, because he's gone down into the forward pocket after resting off the ball. And it's amazing that the person playing in the forward position has first go at the ball. Craig Bradley with defence in his mind, following Broderick.
Lead has changed hands 5 times in this match. 7-8 to 8-6. Now Carlton out of the centre through Williams. Rice held up well. Williams again. Oh, paved away beautifully. A magician that time. Back to centre half forward. Gale with courage.
He's asking for 50.
Then kicks it out to Campbell. He's got it. Gee, he's turning McKay inside out. And that is a pretty mean feat. 6 kicks coming up for Campbell in this quarter. And a couple of them have been most important. That one to centre wing, setting it up for Gale. But the front man was Kellaway. Richmond now on top. It's been a match of fluctuating fortunes. Oh, gee, some footy off the Some things happening off the footy there. Gale at centre half forward's got it. Now Broderick's one out with Bradley. Gale kicks it to Broderick on a lead. It goes to ground. Silvani under pressure, turns, spins, keeps his cool. Out towards Camporelli. He's got to turn inside. A well played. Bauer fell for that one. Camporelli away, gets it to Bradley, runs away the 32-year-old left foot, back to half forward. Gale stretched high, bouncing ball, well played by Prescott. Prescott out of defence, bangs it to half forward. Big fly Jurica. He can play, can't he, this fellow? Go and kick a goal, son. There's no one within cooey of the goal square. Now they're getting back. Nash, no, in the pocket. Still with Nash.
Free kick. No,
didn't get it.
A bit of throw-in. Gale's had a very quiet quarter. Brendan Gale, he's only had one kick. Well, it was high, but the ball was over the line, so I don't know whether you play those or not. But here's Jurica. Oh, there's Campbell again hooking it back. You know, it'll be a mark, this. Yes, Rogers. Now he'll try and centre this. Good play, Rogers. Well played, because he's given the better angle to Mark Neal. Further out.
Sort of say, if he wanted to be picky, just probably pushed it 2 or 3 metres too far to the right, didn't
exactly. He had to bend for it, which just gave him a worse angle than what he would have been on. But Mark Neal, a vital kick coming up here. This would be a team lifter if he could kick this with half a minute to go till half time. This would really rock the Tiger supporters. Mark Neal has been very quiet. He's yet to score a goal. He's on a 45-degree. Oh, shocking. Terrible kick that. Here's Brendan Gale at the back. The big fist. Who'll latch onto the loose ball. Bauer's there, trying to get a free kick, and he's got the free kick against Camporelli for holding. Well, what can he do from the other side of the ground with 6 seconds to go?
Let's just have a look at this free kick. Wasn't a lot in it. The umpires are a little bit unpredictable at the moment.
They've missed a few too, haven't they? So hasn't been a great performance. Oh, there's a siren. A big kick coming up to Nathan Bauer. It's a high floater. It's close. No, he's missed. It's one behind only. And look at Camporelli and Bauer, Jared.
Yeah, a couple of heavyweights there, Mako, but there is a heavyweight, Wayne Campbell, as far as performance is concerned. Been terrific. And there's the Carlton 4-2-pronged attack on screen. I'm sure Harry and the umpire have just exchanging pleasantries, but Carlton are really going to have to reassess the situation. They dominated the first quarter, but then the midfield of Richmond has really just united as one, as has their defence. Just incredible pressure on the Carlton forwards, and they certainly deserve their slender lead at half-time.
Now Peter Dean talking to the umpires. The free kick tally, by the way, 8 Carlton, 15 Richmond to half-time. Colin Kinnear with David Parkham. What a match this is. Carlton trailing by 5 points. It's 7-8 to 8-7 down this year, and Richmond have won 7 out of 9. Second half about to start. Full house almost. 90,000 we think. 7-8 to 8-7. Magnificent opening half. Madden goes with Deer. It goes to ground. Kutafides, 14 kicks, thank you very much. Out wide. Bad bounce for Pearce. Rice attacks it hard. Kellaway stood up very well. Then pushes it out. Rice there. They force it out of play, Richmond. And they'll be reasonably happy with all of that. 8-7 to 7-8. Rice unhappy. He came on for Barry Mitchell in the second term. We think that Milhana won't be able to take any further part in the game because of a slight hamstring. Now, Bullis was there. Ball going to ground and forced out again. So not much happening in the first minute of play.
Craig Bradley started in the centre square for the ball up, and Paul Broderick's down in the forward pocket, being picked up by Ange Christo.
Half forward for the Blues. Spalding taking on Bullis here. Some pushing and shoving. Spalding won it. Bauer couldn't get his boot to it. Then hooks it out. Bond, a fresh air shot. Oh, he's ridden into the ground, Bond. Here's Bradley trying to hook it back. He does, but straight to Gale. Gale should kick it instead of looking for the handball. He does, looking for Neal, but racing back to take the mark is Michael Sexton. And a good player, Sexton. He's on centre wing. He brings it in towards half forward. That's sensible thinking. Up towards he's captaining Kernahan. Is that high? Yes, it is. On Fraser Brown against Bond. So Brown probably just outside kicking distance. And you'll see right over his neck as he brings it across to Ratton. The leader's on towards the pocket. This will be an easy mark by the looks of it to Pearce. It is. And Pearce breaking the shackles there from Jamie Tate. Will kick from about 45 metres. So a chance to put the Blues in front by a point if he kicks this. Brad Pearce, he's kicked 3 already. It's a dangerous little half forward. On that left foot of his, he stabs it low. It starts to swing not far enough, and 1 behind only. So the Tigers still in front by 4 points.
Had 7 shots for goal, Pearce, today. So he's had a heap of opportunities. 7-9 to 8-7. Turner, as is his want, he goes long again. Deer, the target. Did well, actually, Deer paved the way for Bauer, who runs onto it and then kicks it long. Richmond's tactics standing out. Good play by Broderick. Not pay. Christo against him, round the body by Whitehead. Free kick coming to Campbell against Bradley. Campbell had 12 kicks in the first half. Was outstanding. Centering kick. Not so good this time. Carlton almost messed it up. Well, probably one of the best players on the ground, kicked it to the other one. Koutafidis, Whitehead, gives it over to Silvani. Silvani at half-back side, steps around Rogers very easily. Brings the ball back into the corridor, gets to Bradley. Bradley is now been freed of that task on Broderick, as Gerard talked about. Not a big game so far, but can be so damaging. Pushes it very wide. Ratton's running away from him. So Carlton, after Silvani had brought it back into the centre of the ground, Bradley pushed it out very deep indeed.
Half forward for the Blues. Richmond by 4 points. Again, it's Bullis. Well, he won it with the left hand against Spalding. Here's Koutafidis shuffling it back. Oh, Fraser Brown went for a kick in mid-air and missed. Clappe goes to ground. Is it Clappe out there? It is. Matthew Clappe, the former West Coast Eagle. Here's Pearce on the lead. Kernahan's there also. Kernahan at the back. Oh, and his name written all over it. The big full forward, and a good strong mark way out at 50.
Pearce is on his own.
So Williams has made space in the pocket on his own, but Steve Kernahan's going to have a shot. A chance to put the Blues in front by 2 points. He's kicked 2 goals already, Steve Kernahan. Here's the kick as he lays back. It's an ordinary kick, but Justin Matt, great desperate play. Was that Deer coming from behind? It was. Michael Gale, and that typifies Richmond's effort, I reckon. That it was Greg Deer. You wouldn't have thought he could make the ground, but he got that fist there.
Yeah, it was a desperate lunge to a mark, to spoil a mark that looked pretty certain for Harry, and just thought Stephen Kernahan could have got the ball down pretty quickly. Had Williams and Pearce alone in the square.
Deer, well done. Campbell round his body. Richmond doing well in the one-on-one tight situations. Bit of luck there. Quickly on Maxfield, who had 10 kicks in the first half. Gets it to 50. Silvani attacks it. Not a favourable bounce. Christo. Whitehead, left-hand handball. Bond, well played. Stood his ground, got it back in the direction, but McKay was able to take it away from Jerica. Now Brendan Gale, big ball this to set a half forward, and the front spot kneeled against Sexton that time. Just get a feeling, don't you, Gerard? I can sense what you were getting at a moment ago, that Richmond are travelling all right here, aren't they?
Well, they really are working as a unit. There's not too many superstars in the Richmond side, but collectively the side is playing as a super team. They're just continually doing the percentage thing, centering the ball, kneel in front, should result in a goal.
Well, he's only had 2 kicks today, Gerard, and he's missed both shots for goal. Make that 3, but 2 shots were at goal and he missed them both. That's a good one. That's a goal. Very important first goal of the second half in this game today.
I think what also was important, Bruce, was that Carlton just making unbelievable errors. Here's one coming up, just a handball over the top, and that just reflects the way their backline has played today. Just too much pressure coming from Richmond has forced them into that cliche unforced errors, which isn't typical of the way Carlton has played.
10 points, the Tigers lead. Greg Deer gets first touch again. Koutafidis went without it. Dragged off at Koutafidis. Look at the desperation in at the centre bounce area. Oh, well played by Bond. Free kick holding too high, I would think. Yes, and the umpire spotted it. There's been so many high tackles in this match. Players very, very skillful though at just bringing that neck down a little bit and getting the free kick in towards Gale and Silvani. Silvani punches it away. Here's Nash. He's dangerous. Oh, he's got an open goal. Chris Nash has hooked it slightly. In fact, he won't make the distance.
Situation here, 7 minutes into the third quarter. Wonderful game, 9-7 to 7-9. Crowd of about 90,000. They're seeing a beauty. Koutafidis has got hold of it. So the Tigers are 10 points in front. Koutafidis kicks it down. Spalding's been quiet today. One memorable moment was on the left foot when he found Kernahan in the first term. Goes to Pearce. Good stretch, Pearce. Lovely mark, too far out to score. Kernahan on the lead. Pearce points it, but not well enough. And Knights takes the mark at centre-half forward. One captain was bearing down on the other acting captain today, and he stood his ground. Look at this. Here's a chance if it sits in the centre. Rogers comes through. Great chance for Richmond to half forward. Jerica worked his man under the ball. Goes back to Sexton. Good tackle. Chance here for the Tigers. Neal, who's kicked the goal in this quarter. Silvani's tackle good. Campbell rode it, pushed it out. Whitehead in trouble, gets it out. Desperation. Dean steady as she goes to Sexton.
Sexton, the centre wing, and the mark should be taken. It is by Koutafidis. We've got a real ball game now. Koutafidis to the half-forward line. Rice harassed. Knights chips in. Well played by Knights. Terrific football to Bond. Bond's got time to give it up back to Knights. Knights swoops on it with that graceful kick of his down towards half-forward. Gale couldn't get there. Dean will take this over. Oh. Well, he had no intention of keeping it in, put it that way.
Poor old Jeff Bruce. The more footy you see,
I know,
the stiffer he is, isn't he?
The Fitzroy player, incidentally, or anyone who's not sure.
Who was pinged against Richmond a few weeks ago. Bond. High tackle. Well, obviously not paid, but maybe the umpire said he had a chance to get rid of it earlier, but surely it was high. Here's Spalding. Behind play there, but we go on now because Brown's got hold of it. Carlton trying to go back forward. Brown out to Bradley. Bradley at 60. Normally a great kick. Centre. Look at this to Williams, but not far enough. Second time that's happened. Bowers got the footy. Out wide Turner will have to go with Kernahan. Bouncing ball, not a good one. Football. Richmond free kick against Turner, going to Ratton off the play. Getting a high one.
And the kick just wasn't
good.
That's a report.
He's on report.
I've just lifted an arm. But Bowers' kick was the one that set this up. It should have hit Stephen Turner right in the chest.
It was too high, the kick, wasn't it, Gerard?
Well, it just wasn't pinpoint.
So Ratton straight off the ground, and Kernahan to take the free kick for Ratton.
He's too far out. He's looking for a short one. He wants someone to lead. Now there's a man down here. It's the long sleeves, is it? It's Christo, in fact. I looked to see if it was Christo or Silvani. I knew it was one of the two. And Christo was snuck down to centre-half forward and will kick from about 35 metres.
Mitchell onto the ground to replace Ratton. Hasn't had much of the footy today. He'll be keen to get hold of it.
Richmond lead by 10 points. A chance for Christo to drag it back by 6. He's directly in front. He just chips it in and chips it through for a goal. Ange Christo has kicked his first, and now the margin only 4 points in favour of the Tigers.
Good running there by Ange Christo. We'll just see this one develop. He ran about 100 metres to make himself an option for Stephen Kernahan. Pearce was covered, so just one against Wayne Campbell on that occasion.
9-7, 8-9. Carlton now come back. Turner had his wrist bandaged a moment ago. Koutafidis, good hands there. Out wide to Sexton. Neal's going to go with him all the way. It comes out to Rice. Kellaway with him. Rice dropped the footy. Gets it back. Handball inside. Williams. Little handball was a beauty. Koutafidis bangs it to full forward. Kernahan. Yes. Kicks it. It's a goal. The Blues are in front again. 6 times the lead has changed hands today, and Carlton are back in front.
And once again, just incredibly strong work by Koutafidis and also Greg Williams with short, sharp handballs. This was the end of the hard work. Kernahan did well with the body, pushed Turner out and converted, but well done again to Koutafidis, who's having a blinder.
2 points, the Blues lead. Here's Prescott. Campbell. Bradley a quick kick, and it finds Clappe. The Blues have lifted. Matt Clappe will bring it down, looking for Kernahan. Oh, I should mark this. Yes, and his name written all over it again. And the captain lifting with his side in trouble. He's kicked 3. It was a good kick by Clappe. So a big kick coming up. Looked like at one stage Richmond getting on top. The Blues, well, they're a talented side. Probably more talent than Richmond. Richmond are a team of goers. So Steve Kernahan. Oh, it's a good looking kick. Right through the middle for a goal. So the Carlton captain has kicked 4. And more importantly for Blues supporters, they lead by 8 points.
Craig Bradley's come out after half-time, probably got a bit of a pep talk from the coach, and he's really lifted his performance. Clappe just delivering it pretty well here to Kernahan, who often leads his opponent up the ground and then veers right and paddles backwards, because there's always plenty of space behind you. And good conversion also.
Carlton have kicked 3 goals in 2.5 minutes. 10-9, 9-7. They lead by 8 points. Madden wins it. Brown, Spalding out wide. Koutafidis overran that one. Gets back. He has had 18 kicks today. Little handball, just missed Williams. Prescott round the body. Bradley out after it. He's having a good third quarter too, but ripped away from him this time by Michael Gale. Richmond now needing the next goal all of a sudden. It's been one of those matches, Dipper, what's happening down there with Ratton.
Unfortunately for Ratton, he's got a broken nose, Bruce.
Well, Carlton have kicked 3 goals since he had his nose broken, poor fellow. But it really seemed to spark them because they're doing it pretty well at the moment. Bradley to Brown.
Fraser Brown straight up in the air. Oh, Turner read that one well. Now he's with Spalding. I wonder if he's been moved. He has. Willis has gone to full back on Kernahan. Turner up on the Spalding. So here's the kick to the centre of the ground. McKay flies, but he should have punched. Hand pass comes across. In towards Bauer, the racehorse. He's got an open goal. Bauer kicks. It's wobbly, but it wobbles through for a goal. Oh, what a game of football we're seeing. Brilliant play by the Tides. Carlton now only by 2 points.
Oh, great goal and a great game we've got here. McKay perhaps should have gone the big punch instead of going the big screamer, but when you go for a run like this and all your forwards are out of position, you've just got to keep penetrating that 50-metre arc and make sure you can kick the goal.
Ratton getting ready to come back on.
Strangely enough, Knights is out of the square. He's in the back pocket picking up Barry Mitchell.
It's been a great game of football, 10-9, 10-7. It's had the lot so far. Madden, Bauer, Bradley, 12th kick, 6 of them in this term. Knights gets back. Oh, he took it in the end. It looked slightly shaky, didn't it? But he held on. And that's the sort of thing a captain must do. 2-point margin. Knights brings it out the centre wing. Gale and Deere the targets. Punched away. Brown getting some touches. Camporelli. Bradley. And Mitchell got it down to Dean. Dean squares it to Clappe. To Williams. Williams will avoid. He's caught. He's gone.
Oh, goodness me, umpire. Come on.
Well,
He ducked his head down. He was caught. That's what Knights is saying. Look at Knights saying. Look at the... Let's have a look. Down the dome. He's caught there, holding the ball. Look at that. And he said to the umpire, have a look at the screen.
A broken nose and all.
He was caught round the waist, and then he ducked the head after he was caught.
Ratton back on the ground. I don't think you get too many arguments, Pete. You can sit on it now, son. Don't have to worry about it anymore. I think we're all agree with
That's
you.
not good umpiring.
Well, Greg Williams is a wonderful finisher. He'll love this if he can kick a goal. He's kicked it, I think.
Unbelievable.
He's got it. 2 goals to Williams.
Well, that was quite incredible, Bruce, because Paul Bullis was so concerned about his man, and so he should be, that he was behind the line when he punched it, and the ball only came in at about 6 foot, maybe 8 foot high. Just have a look at this. If he had jumped 2 yards in front of the line, he would have taken him home. So 2 mongrel punts for the last 2 goals.
So back we go to the centre. 75 to 67, 8 points the margin. Bradley latches onto it. Good play, thrown to ground. Here's Williams. Oh, he loses it to Prescott. That was good play. Down towards half forward. There's no mark. Gale has got to lift a little bit. Here's Maxfield, the racehorse. Into goal. Oh, what a game. It's another goal to Richmond. They've got the answers. What a contest. 2 points the Blues lead by.
And a great steal on the half-back line. Somebody intercepted Greg Williams' handball. Didn't quite pick up who it was, but he drove them forward. And once again, the Carlton back line under pressure. Good work by Prescott for that intercept, who finally gets it down to Maxfield, who finishes with an absolute, a real half-forward flanker's goal.
This is
a crowd pump-up.
This is as good as it gets. 11-9 to 11-7. Madden and Deer. Rice, Bradley having a big turn out wide. Spalding the target. Turner goes with him. Spalding goes to ground. Brown caught, gone. Holding it. Knights' free kick.
They're not a bad tackling side, Richmond, are they?
Very good. Knights at half-back. Doing the hard things. Brown getting tangled up with Bond off the footy. Gale's got it. Tigers coming back at the Blues.
See, that's what they need. Gale taking marks.
Started very well, didn't he, today? Thumps it to the pocket. Doesn't quite get that far. Jerica. Well taken by Nash. Ridden into the ground. Held up. Umpire wants it 60 metres from goal.
And the Carlton fans roaring their disapproval now. They reckon that should have been holding the ball. So 2 points in favour of the Blues. Madden and Deer. Deer's won that today. Quick hand pass. Deer again. Here's Campbell trying to get in a hand pass. He does in the end. It's knocked on further. Nash a chance. He's got it, Nash. Further hand pass to Neil. He's got it on the boundary line. Centres the ball. Silvani belts it through from behind of the Tigers. Good play, Steve Silvani. When in doubt, go safety first.
You're a bit out on Harry Madden, aren't you?
Oh, Deer's got to have won that contest, surely.
Madden's got the ball first to his blokes in the middle.
Hang on, Jerry. Who's won the contest on the day? You think Madden's won?
Well, I don't think it's been all that clear cut the other way.
Here's a chance. Camporelli. There's a slow old kick from Silvani. Broderick. It's forced out to 40 though. Okudafides, well done. Geez, a player. Back into the centre. Ball bouncing. Knights went up quickly. Free kick to Deer. Not paid. Carlton get it. Mistakes. Here's Bradley on the left. Low kick's a beauty. Wonderful kick. Gets to Pearce at 55 metres. Kernahan one out. Now calls for it. Pearce kicks it in his direction. Richmond get back with numbers. Ball goes to ground. Williams no free kick this time. Clappe. Brown can't quite get through. Williams' handball doesn't find its mark. Richmond drop it on the ground to get away. Away they come through Kellaway. It is a magnificent game of footy. To centre wing. Dean gives a handball to Bradley. He's having a super quarter. Chips it away. Gets to Clappe at 50. Carlton building up again.
The Tigers have got to respond to Bradley's form. He's a player that you have to tag.
9 kicks Bradley in the third quarter. Clappe's long kick.
No, Carlton player.
Not Richmond with all sorts of numbers. A dreadful option by Clappe. Broderick bangs it away. Greg Deer gets hold of it. Should get the handball out. He can't.
Greg Deer. He runs very close to the man on the mark when he goes to kick sometimes. Oh, he might get away with it, but I think the kick would have been the better option. Here's Turner. Around the boundary line, but well, it's still in play, in fact, so they've got a chance here. As Deer again to Neil. The Tigers off and running. The kick in towards half forward. The bounce over the back. They race in socket off the ground. Carlton will rebound through Whitehead. Oh, they got away with it to McKay. Andrew McKay to centre wing, and he finds Kudafides.
20th kick coming up for Kudafides. Goes out wide and long. Kernahan and Rice out after it. Rice attacked it. Bullis is there. Also Kellaway. Rice, good job. Got in there. Kernahan can't get a handball away. Good contest, wasn't it, between 4 committed footballers at the footy. Two from both sides. There's been a lot of that today. 11-9, 11-8. Madden tries to take it out of the air. Greg Deere. Still Deere. Taps it along the ground. Koutafidis brings it back to full forward with a thumping kick. Pearce at the back. Tape at the front. Tape recovers. Handball okay. Gale gives it away. This is exciting. Broderick through centre half back with a second bounce. Is he going to run out of room? Little give was okay. Rogers, who hasn't quite got the tempo today. Handball finally gets to its mark. Good tackling by Carlton. Prescott's little one. Richmond still with a chance. Oh, Gale probably should have left it. Maxfield. Christou goes back to Bond. Bond can attack. Good looking kick, but Camperelli with courage cuts it off. The tremendous quarter of football goes to Christou. Christou goes to Brown.
Well, the Tigers have had chances in this quarter, but their delivery to the forward line hasn't been good.
Broderick's now come up onto Craig Bradley.
Here's Whitehead. The Blues go forward. Here's Koutafidis. Oh, look at the pace. Sprints away. Belts at a goal. Oh, great. Oh, hit the post. This game has got everything.
Knights in trouble for Richmond, which will be a big blow. Matthew Knights at half forward in strife.
May well have done a hamstring the way he was stretching.
Oh, he'd be a huge loss.
Koutafidis is like a colossus on a huge stage today, isn't he?
Scott Turner. He's looking out here. Callaway's got 3 to beat. Ratner's there. Caught. Oh, some good tackling by Knights, but here's a loose ball coming to far forward, and Rice has taken the mark, and he'll kick from 40 metres. Well, some of the Richmond options kicking haven't been good. They've kicked to 1-on-3 situations in this term. There's Knights. Let's see what having a drink. Let's see if they go for that hamstring. In the meantime, Dean Rice, a courageous player to come back from serious knee reconstructions. A vital kick coming up. A chance to put Carlton further in front. It's a wobbly kick. Will it clear the packet? Will it's a goal? Oh, was it touch? I think it's a goal. Yes. And there's Matty Knights. Maybe it's a touch of the cramp.
No, definitely it's a hamstring. He's just giving him a stretch for a back-related hamstring called a slump, Pete. So that probably just indicates it.
I mean, he's got a crook leg, does it, Gerald?
Just means he's in a slump. But anyway, the Tigers do need him to lift and get back into the ball-getting form.
Important 3 minutes here. Could be a big swing one way or the other. Bradley again out of the centre to half forward. Williams held his ground. Clapmay snared it. Handball to Rice. Could he kick a second within 30 seconds? He just misses. So Carlton through the centre square now, and hasn't Bradley made the difference in this quarter? He's had 10 kicks in this quarter, Bradley. 12-11 to 11 goals 8.
Turner. Oh, he's played on. He'll get away with it. He brings it in a low trajectory kick. He's kicked it straight to Andrew McKay. McKay brings it in short. It's an ordinary kick also. Broderick gets the kick in. They need this big fella firing. Gale, he's got a touch of the fumble, but hasn't got any support. Now he has through Campbell. Campbell snaffles it. Good play, Campbell. On to Maxfield. Maxfield gets his boot to it. 1-on-1. Jerica at the back. Oh, what a buck! This kid can play. 1-on-1 with Silvani, and he's beaten him most times.
Well, I just reiterate about the strength factor. Steve Silvani is one of the best fullbacks in the business, if not number one. But he just is being out-muscled here, and this is a classic situation as Maxwell gets the ball down once again. Isn't he having an excellent game and a big quarter?
Well, Gerard, it's 9 points the difference. If he kicks it, we're back to 3, and again, it's just anyone's game. Tremendous contest. Jerica, Steve Jerica has kicked 3. He is directly in front. The Tigers need it. A lot of pressure on the young kid. As he stabs, he's kicked it for his 4th. Carlton by 3 points.
And we just see some Matthew Knights just getting some more work done on that hamstring, but if there's a bit of a niggle there, he's probably going to struggle to be at his best. I mean, you consider that he's been down since quarter time. I think even Wayne Campbell's just had a bit of a quiet quarter. It's been a pretty good job by the Tigers to continue on to be well and truly in touch.
3 points of difference, 12-11 to 12-8. Deere and Madden at it. Bauer went without it. Bradley onto it. Well, it's been his quarter, hasn't it, Bradley? Kicks it up to half forward. Michael Gale sits, waits, does pretty well. He's got it now. Probably could have steadied a bit, bangs it back. Bradley got a bad bounce. Maxfield onto it. Still Maxfield, little give okay. Broderick's give terrific for Bauer. Bauer with a bounce. Goes long as Richmond have done all day. Gale in the box seat. Went over, kept floating over the top. Sexton, holds up a free kick. It was high.
Yeah, too high. Gee, Gale misjudged that badly, didn't he?
Just worked his way under it, didn't he? He was in the box seat. Sexton to relieve. And go to centre wing. Good take by Turner. Spalding got out of position. Turner up to centre half back, took the mark. It's been a magnificent corner in what has been a magnificent match. Scott Turner's kick keeps it pretty low. Jurika the target, goes to ground. Bond's got pace. Can't quite. It was close.
Wayne Harms would have got away with it.
Well, we had one Friday night that reminded us of all of that, didn't it, Gerald?
Yes, a typical Collingwood support.
Half a minute before three-quarter time as big Harry Madden grabs it out of the ruck, brings it back into the fray. Oh, charging at it is Broderick. He wanted that ball. He brings it in towards the pocket. This will be a mark. Yes, Nash. And he's a very good goal kicker. Now, there's 14 seconds.
Peter, I was just about to say, first quarter, Jurika kicks a goal after the siren. Second quarter, Bauer has a shot on the siren. Third quarter, Nash is going to have a shot on the siren.
Well, the time clock's ticking down. The siren will sound before he kicks it. Oh, here's some pressure. A chance to put the Tigers in front by 3 points right on three-quarter time. Little Chris Nash from Wangaratta, and he's missed it. So Carlton will go in with a 2-point lead.
And it comes down to, I think, a battle of the midfield. I think Carlton were dominant in the first and the third quarters, particularly with Bradley firing in that third. There's Brett Ratton, who did a pretty good job on Matthew Knights up until he had his snoz just smashed all over his face. And there's probably the player of the midfield for the day in Anthony Koutoufides. Hasn't he had a big game? But the Tigers have got to get Wayne Campbell back in form, or back into the game. He just dropped out of it in that quarter, as did Paul Broderick, who's man for most of the day. Craig Bradley had his best quarter, but well, she's pretty close on the scoreboard. It's pretty close out in the ground, and I think it's going to go right down to the wire, Pete.
It looks that way, Gerard. At three-quarter time, Carlton are 2 points in front. They're 12-11 to 12-9. Last quarter about to start at the MCG on what has been a superb day for football in more ways than one. Bradley tried to take it out of the centre. Campbell, quick kick, that could be an ominous sign. He had a superb second quarter going to this end, the punt road end. Now Camporelli, top spot for the winner tonight. Little one by Dean was good. Got it out wide to Clappe. Clappe at centre wing. Carlton are 2 points in front. Goes long, Pearce caught underneath it. Good flight in the back by Bullis, he's got it. He was given a lecture at three-quarter time by John Northey.
He was ticked off for just letting a couple of goals sneak over the line. I see Matthew Rogers is side by side with Craig Bradley.
Here's Broderick on the right foot, back towards centre wing. First goal will be pretty important here. Here's Bauer with pace, handballs over the top. Will it sit for him? I think it might. No, he soccers it off the ground to the half-forward line. Oh, a bit of a fumble by Sexton, but Silvani's there to help him. Silvani keeps it low, but he kicks it straight to Brendan Gale. Brendan Gale looking for Knights. He's got that hamstring heavily strapped. He goes back to Gale. He's free. He chips it in short. Oh, he's found the mark in Chris Nash, who will kick for goal from 45 metres. Good team play by the Tigers. A chance to put the Tigers in front by 4 points to start this final term. Little Chrissy Nash, a goal kicking forward pocket. It's high, it won't quite get there, and it's helped on its way for a behind to Richmond. Point the margin, Blues in front in a rib tickler here at the MCG.
Silvani's had his hands full. Jurika, the 19-year-old rookie's kicked 4 goals on him today, but he's kept that at Silvani. Goes long. Gale and Dean. Good contest. Goes to ground. Rogers is running with Bradley. Oh, danger here. Koutafidis and Campbell. There's some skill here. Well played, Campbell. Koutafidis had him for a long time.
He just let it drop, didn't he, Campbell?
Well, he tapped it in front of him, but I think Koutafidis had to let him go, but never mind. That battle is going to go a long way to deciding this game.
Oh.
Campbell best on ground in the second quarter. Koutafidis been probably dominant throughout.
Again, Koutafidis. He's had about 23 kicks. Broderick's brilliant to Kellaway. Kellaway long to centre half forward. Nace went too early. I think the free kick's against Jerica and going to Silvani because Jerica had hold of him at the back of all of that. 12-11 to 12-10.
You can't afford that. You must make a contest out of every time it comes down, not just hand it over. Here's Steve Silvani running away from the youngster Jerica. Up towards centre wing. Pace is needed here. Sexton gets there first with Clappe. Clappe caught. That's holding the ball, I would think. Yes. Gee, they're a good tackling side, Richmond.
Well, that's been one of the reasons they're on top of the ladder. But having a look at Matthew Knights, you just couldn't imagine he'd see this game out.
I think you'd be better off having him off the ground, Gerard, as we see Mark Neal bring it to Gale. They need him to take a grab. He can't do so. Oh, how will the umpire see that? It's Nace trying to get it out to Campbell. A quick kick. It's rolling. It's bouncing. Will it keep going? Silvani will help it on its way for a behind and scores a level. Well, 83 to 83. You couldn't wish for more.
Second time Silvani's had to concede a behind today like that. What would have he done, Gerard, if there had been 10 seconds to go?
I don't think he would have tapped it through.
Goes long. Terrific game. Madden in his 300th. Well, he'll remember this for a long time. Here's Nace, sidesteps cleverly, then twists and turns, gives it across to Prescott, ran out of options. He's gone. He had a chance going the other way with Bauer.
He only had to get his boot to it.
So the Tigers making a couple of mistakes. Sexton brings it wide. Loose man created. Williams has got hold of it. He's kicked a couple of goals today. Williams, not big stats, but he's been important. Camporelli's been quiet after a good start. Back to Williams. Little one, okay. Christou's got hold of it. He kicked a goal in the third quarter when it was tight and tough. Christou.
Lucky to get away with that one. A bit of a lazy handball there from Greg Williams.
Centering kick. Kernahan the target. Kellaway did well. Comes across in front. Sweeps it out wide to Campbell. Campbell sweeps it out wide. Rogers runs onto it. Bradley chases. Here's a go. It's got to sit for Maxwell. He has to run hard. He does. He takes his man on. He gets caught and handballs out of play. Dean committed completely.
Wasted opportunity though. Maxfield should have been given that one right on the chest. He had Gale over the top who was free.
Yeah, bad skill error. It was costly then. Gale against Madden. Madden won it. This looks like Broderick. It is Broderick. Very clever player, but just shuffled over the line by Brett Ratton. And look at that nose. In that third term, he had that rearranged. I think it was Scott Turner, who seems to be on report. Centre wing. And against gear to Madden. The umpire saying he was pushed out in that ruck contest.
Deers had 3 and 2. And Madden's had 4 and 3. So
yeah, not much in it.
Not much in it.
Spalding, half forward. They both tried very, very hard. Here's a chance for a mark to the Blues. That is a brilliant mark in front by Pearce. He's Brad Pearce. He's kicked 3. He's got to kick this from about 51 metres. It won't be easy. In fact, the distance probably slightly doubtful here. He is a long kick.
There isn't much breeze around, but a lot of players have struggled at this.
Yes, that end, haven't they? Let's have him kick his 4th. He is a long kick. Oh, beautiful looking drop punt, but he's just hooked it slightly, trying to get that extra distance. The Blues in front by a point.
Charles on the ground for Greg Deere. 8 shots at goal for Brad Pearce today. 3, 4 and 1 out of bounds on the fall. Carlton back in front, as Peter McKenna told us. Bullis to bring him back in. It's been a fascinating day. Bullis keeps it low, not very far. Oh, good mark by Bauer, because Camporelli had the drop, went too early, and Bauer was able to twist his body and take a very effective mark. He's been good, Bauer. That's a high one, not going too far. Gale underneath.
He's got it, Mark. Oh, goodness me.
Play on called, is it Dean? Well, they stopped in their tracks a bit. Brown waiting. Then goes long and kicks it out on the full. Not good football there by Brown. Tate to bring it back in.
So Jamie Tate, half back. Tough, hard goer he is, recruited from South Australia. Hasn't had a lot of touches, but had a good battle with Pearce. Here's Gale. Wasn't paid the mark a moment ago when all the players stopped. But here he is at half back, Brendan Gale. To the half-forward line. Chris Nace flies over the back. McKay didn't get first bite, so the umpire calls play on. The Tigers a chance here. Knights working hard. Here's Whitehead coming away with the ball. Spalding, centre of the ground on his own. Has a bounce. Big Earl has another one. No, he doesn't. He goes for Rice instead. Rice from 65 metres. Looks for Kernahan. Punched away. No mark the Bullets. Oh, well played Prescott. Had his head knocked off. On to Campbell. And Campbell will kick it wide. Oh, beautiful kick, finds Gale.
Gale to Rogers. Richmond building. Rogers goes long. Gets it to 50. Jerica front spot. Taken by Neil. Neil to go for goal. Kicks it. Hooks it. Scores a level again. 12-12 apiece.
Could have given a handball too, but he thought about it. Oh, the atmosphere electric. Almost capacity crowd, must be 90,000, Bruce.
Richmond's rebound today from half-back at times has been absolutely brilliant. It's taken your heart away at times.
Christou to the centre of the ground. A vital ball here. Harry Madden gets it to Ratton. Ratton to Dean. Dean, Camporelli. Camporelli centre wing onto the left. The Richmond defence holding up well. Prescott went without it. Here's the dangerous Williams. Onto Bradley. An open goal. Great Bradley stabs and puts it through. The Blues in front.
And therein lies the difference, I think, that will end up with a Carlton victory. That at one end you had Neil going in, who seemingly should have kicked the goal. At the other end, Craig Bradley, who's just riddled with class. This is just a gimme for him. He doesn't miss too many from inside the 50 on the run. The Blues take a one-goal lead.
(13-12, 12-12). Bradley's first goal. He's had 12 kicks after half-time. Centre square. Brown caught up by Bond. They've been together all day. It's been a bit fiery in that battle. So tense here still. You're on the edge of your seat. Gale goes. Madden did a good job that time. Turner held it up. Koutafidis runs it forward. Some shepherding there. Goes back to Kellaway. Goes to ground. Rice over him. And it's going to be a bounce about 60 metres from Carlton's goal. Just feel that Richmond can't afford to let Carlton get the next one. David Parkin.
The chewing gum getting a good working over there.
I thought they were angina pills.
Could be too.
You'd be really disappointed if you're a PK today and you're sitting in Parkin's pocket, wouldn't you?
Well, here's Ratton. A quick kick down towards full forward. Pearce, good punch away by Tate. Fraser Brown caught, gets in a hand pass. Tate again used his body to perfection. Oh, flat hit in the head. And a free kick to Jamie Tate. I said he's tough. You watch him, he'll get up. He is a tough, hard boy, as Spalding hip and shouldered him in the head. And Tate will bring it to centre wing.
Straight to Harry.
Yeah, Madden underneath, but Richmond make a contest as they've done most of the day. McKay caught.
Oh, the umpire thought about holding, didn't he? It's good decisions for umpires, those, aren't they?
They're under plenty of pressure. There's no doubt about that.
They can have it.
Madden. Brendan Gale doing the ruck work. Madden lays it down. Bradley just laid it down. Well done, Rogers, to push it out because Carlton had Koutafidis coming past. Rice on screen came on for Mitchell in the second quarter. It's done all right.
And finally, Matthew Knights hobbles to the boundary line. Jamie Elliott coming onto the ground. I think that
should have been on earlier.
Yeah.
Centre wing. That was Campbell. Oh, here's gosh, an ordinary kick. Gale will mark it as kicking it forward. Was Callaway, not paid. Here's Campbell. Campbell, a wobbly one to centre wing. Oh, read that well, Andrew McKay.
pretty tough for a young bloke that hasn't played a game this year to come on onto the ground when it's at such a high intensity and you haven't had exposure at this level for some time.
Here's Brendan Gale, centre of the pack. It clears the pack. His brother Michael's after it. One-handed effort. Oh, Rice, good play. Went in hard after it. Spalding and Michael Gale's had a free kick to Spalding. Umpire said no. Here's Turner and Tape. Williams is there, smothers the hand pass. Will be a throw in about 20 metres around for the behind post. Carlton scoring in.
The double Brownlow medalists with a couple of goals today. Back after a week off. Clappe, Turner, Kernahan off the ground. It's a goal, I think, to Kernahan, his fifth. Oh, that's going to hurt, isn't it? Came from nowhere, that one. 5 goals to Kernahan. And Carlton have got a bit of a break now. They're a couple in front.
Yes, just came out of nowhere, this one. A little bit of a kick off the ground, a hit and hope, and snuck it through. And aren't the Blues ecstatic? Lead the next one, the Tigers.
Will they ever? 12 points, the Blues lead. Gale's in the ruck. He goes for the big fist. It goes past Campbell. Nash trying to hook it out. Now he hooks it in. Now he gets a bit kicked away by Neil. Now McKay, centre wing, a vital ball here. Oh, taken away by Whitehead. The Blues are free and running. Whitehead 2 bounces. He can go again. He elects to chip it in short and he finds his captain in Steve Kernahan.
He just leads so well, Kernahan. He demands the ball. There were other options there, but he's always in the right position, right in front of the player with the ball.
He's got to kick this about 53 metres. He's going back to the drop punt. It's a wobbly one. This might bounce over. No. A diving attempt by Clappe, held in by Tape, and it'll be a bounce. And a bit of blood on Dean Rice. Umpire to bounce right in front of the Carlton goal.
Gale and Spalding going over the top. Clappe. Prescott tapped it forward. Bond caught the high one. But he was feeling for it, and the umpire decided that it was okay and another bounce up.
Fraser Brown certainly lifted his work rate in the second half. So he had 6 and 5, but most of them came in the third quarter.
Spalding took it. Bullis wobbles it back. Koutafidis sits, waits. Handball to Madden. Over the top of it, Madden back. Still Koutafidis, now caught. Just sort of a half a one, taken by Broderick. A chance here, Rice to try and run him down. Little handball okay. Rogers on the left foot, gets it to at 50. Jarika's got it. Handball, good one. Nash goes for it. Misses it. Oh, so important, that one.
Well, they've missed 2 sitters, haven't they, really?
Well, Nash has kicked 1-3, and for him, that's unusual.
And you had Neald earlier in the quarter, ran into an open goal and missed.
They need the next one. We said that earlier, but...
Gee, that would have been a ball game then back to the centre, but they've missed. And here's Christou. Long kick of a football. And Christou coming straight down the centre of the ground. He's looking for big Harry Madden. Oh, it should have been a free kick to Madden. And advantage paid as the kick comes from Koutafidis down to half forward. And the mark is taken by the captain. Steve Kernahan will kick for goal number 6. And boy, if he kicks this, it'll be very difficult for Richmond.
Wasn't that just a great transition from fullback? There's only 2 kicks and Stephen Kernahan lining up for goal.
Well, the important thing is you cannot afford to miss those shots from 35 metres. All of a sudden it goes down the other end, Carlton, and 2-goal turnaround. So here he is, the captain. Oh, he sneaks it in for goal, I think. Goal number 6 to the captain. Very hard for Richmond now. The Blues showing a lot of character to fight back. And they've got a 3-goal break.
Well, still enough time for the Tigers. There was a free kick there anyway, but Christou fittingly seems to just be involved in everything.
Koutafidis,
Koutafidis. And he once again just drives the ball down to Stephen Kernahan, whose 6 goals may well be the difference at the end of the day.
Carlton have stretched the lead, 15-12, 12-13. Kernahan was 6 goals, 4 in the second half. His old mate Bradley's played a second half and a half, I can tell you. Pearce at half forward. Little gift to Rice. Carlton full of running. Rice sits, waits, hooks it high. Kernahan will get into the frame. Goes for a high one. Good mark, though, by the Tigers. They won't give up without a fight. Bullis gives Kernahan a shove. Those black armbands, because Chrissy Nash lost his mum during the week. Now Bullis saying, where do I go? To centre wing. Oh, Koutafidis.
What a game.
He's giving the votes today.
I think he's got 3, hasn't he?
Well, here's the kick. Oh, good kick too. A few of the Tigers labouring now. Clappe has marked 70 metres from goal. They just look very tired now, Richmond.
26 kicks, 5 handballs to Koutafidis.
Yeah, great game by very quick utility player. Can play him in a number of positions. Now he's transferring play here to Dean. Well, he didn't gain anything there actually, except he head onto the goals. It's a waste a bit of time, of course.
No, they're just poking it round until they see an opening.
Here they go again. Out wide is Spalding. It's very wide, but the Richmond players are lumbering away behind him. He brings it back in front of goal. Kernahan again.
That's what that was all about, Pete. Just poking it round, not just blazing it away to a hit and hope situation. And you've got every right to be ecstatic, because Kernahan will probably seal the game with this shot at goal.
So Steve Kernahan will be lining up for goal number 7.
That was amazing. He had so much freedom there, Stephen Kernahan, 5 or 6 metres by himself.
He's directly in front, 35 metres from goal. And, oh, he's hit the post. He had hooked it.
He just didn't hit it at all well, did he?
The Tigers have got 5.5 minutes to catch up 3 goals. It'll be a miraculous performance if they could.
Turner. Couple of leads coming. Normally goes long. He pushes this wide. It's got to be touched before it goes out. Broderick couldn't get it. Well, it's slowly falling apart, isn't it, now for Richmond? Knights is coming on, but he's hobbling, as you can see, with a back-related hamstring problem. 103 to 85. Spalding chips away. Kernahan uses his body back in the Broderick's direction. Well done, Spalding. Quite spectacular, actually. Camporelli a beauty to Ratton, and Ratton out of bounds on the full. So Carlton could have sewed this game up, and if Richmond could quickly get it down and find a way, who knows? They've got such spirit, the Tigers. You dare not count them out. There's Kernahan and a couple of others, but that's settled down. Here's Turner, centering ball, big important one. Oh, lovely mark taken by Clappe.
So Matt Clappe is looking for a short one.
Kernahan's still in the 50-metre zone, so he has nobody down there to aim at.
84,745. It actually looks more, but that's the official attendance. Magnificent turn-up.
So the kick by Clappe. Oh, it's marked too by Pearce.
They really have got this structured well for Pearce to have plenty of space to run into, and he's such a quick forward and pretty sure with his hands that they've got another valuable option up there that come September, when they will have to play on Waverley, may well prove the missing link that wasn't there last year.
Well, he's kicking for his 4th, Jared, from about 40 metres. He stabs. It looks good. It's a goal. So I think it's curtains for the Tigers now, particularly with Matthew Knights injured. And he's going to be a big loss in the next couple of weeks if he's out with that hamstring, Jared.
Yeah, you'd expect that he'd miss at least 1, perhaps 2, but the fact that he's out in the ground perhaps gives him some hope for missing only the 1. But when you consider that between Kernahan and Pearce, they've kicked 10 goals, it's a pretty good return.
Madden out of the centre. Carlton 4 goals in front now. Bond trying hard. Brown, the bounce going Carlton's way. Rice eludes a tackle or 2. Then Bond with courage. Clappe goes in hard. Kellaway just gets it out. And it's going to be a bounce. But it's all Carlton's way to the right of screen, isn't it? And you look back, Richmond had a couple of chances early in the quarter, couldn't take them, and Carlton are making them pay for it. The Blues will be top of the table tonight. They'll be 12-2. Prescott comes away, and don't forget Richmond have got to come back here on Friday night for Essendon. It'll be a blockbuster in for another 4 days' time, or 4.5. Williams taken by Prescott, centre wing. Gale, Sexton at the back. Bradley onto it with Koutafidis. So clever. Punched it out. Gave the chance for Christou. Now Campbell against the Tide. Pearce, well, he'll lead Tate for Mary Dance here because he's way out in front. He'll look for an option. He's got Clappe. If he kicks to him, he does now. Clappe's been useful since coming on. Switches to handball. They'll love this, Carlton. Listen to this. High roost. Kernahan at the back. He's got it. No going to Bullis in front. Well, probably they had a bit of both. Man in front does get it. Kernahan ripped it out of his hands, and I thought he might have got away with it.
Yes, he must pay the man in front in that situation. Bullis straight to Spalding. He marks 50 metres from goal. Always looking to get on with the game, Spalding. Onto the left, hooks it back. Here's a one-on-one contest again. Bullis wins out. Time clock ticking down. 2.5 minutes of play left. Been a valiant fight by Richmond, but Carlton probably a little bit too much class in the finish, Stuart.
Spalding had a quiet first 3 quarters. He's getting some stats now, Earl. He's kicked a lot in his left foot today.
He's having a tendency to do that later in his career, but a brave effort by the Tigers, Pete. I agree with you, but I think it's just the Carlton midfield since half-time. They've just got on top. They've had that problem with Matthew Knight since half-time.
Bradley lifted, didn't he?
He certainly did.
Koutafidis kept going.
They have had their chances and have cost themselves in front of goals too. I think they had to kick all of those to be there in the finish.
Spalding to the front of the square. Kernahan there, and Bullis had a fair bit of it. Little give out. Manton's come onto the ground, getting a late run. Kellaway. Here's Charles, who also came on in the last quarter for Greg Deere. Hasn't been able to quite get into it. Campbell runs very close to it, gets it back. Rogers. You'd just love Richmond to get a goal or two. They deserve it late in this game. Naish, little handball okay from Elliott, but it was a hot ball from Maxfield. And Whitehead comes away with a bit of class to Bradley. He stopped prop, goes on, gets to Brown. Brown at centre wing. Has Ratton short if he wants him.
I don't think Gerard thought that was play on. Because we see Ratton bring it in towards full forward. They sweep from the back. Here's a chance for Pearce, but it rolls and beats him over the line with 1.5 minutes to go.
They'll take some positives out of this, the Tigers. The form of Jerica in the first half was very exciting. Silvani has stitched him up since, but it must be said that supply has certainly diminished.
Certainly has. Here's a kick at goal by Bradley. Yes, Craig Bradley's kicked the ripper out of the pack. That's his second. John Northey looking very disconsolate as Carlton getting on top here, 115 to 85.
And if you had to pinpoint a catalyst to the Carlton victory, I'd reckon it would be Craig Bradley. His second half has been outstanding. Came out after half-time. His third quarter, he had something like 10 kicks and a couple of handballs. And when he's running free with nobody minding him, he's as dangerous a player as has gone around the last 2 decades.
Bradley with 2 last quarter goals and 15 kicks in the second half. Richmond out of the centre. Prescott gets it to about 50, but nothing happening now for the Tigers. It really is a scoreboard that tells a lie, I feel. 17-13 to 12-13. When you consider the first 3 quarters. Ratton to half forward. Rice, Kellaway. Good job by Kellaway that time. Rice onto him. Kellaway's handball to Rogers. Rogers missing Bond. Bond getting back then the little one, but out of play. And Richmond just missing their target under great pressure now. Inside the final minute of what's been a great afternoon of footy in front of nearly 85,000 fans. I wonder if they'll carry Justin Madden off the ground as he's in his 300th. Bradley again. Kellaway copped a high one. Mitchell had an airy. Broderick went off the ground. Christou out after it with Bradley. Elliott chasing. Christou gets onto it. They want one more woof here. Will they get it? The handball. Bradley. Fitting that he's got hold of the footy. To Silvani. Breaks 1. Breaks 2. On the left. Can Kernahan get into the picture? Not quite. Bullis under pressure, goes to ground. Ball comes tumbling out. Pearce, what a good player, in the pocket. Hooks a high one back to full forward. Madden, could he take it? Oh, not quite. It goes out wide. Didn't we get excited? That's it. The Blues have won it. Six to Kernahan. 4 to Pearce. 4 to Jerica for the Tigers. So for our viewers in Tasmania and Adelaide, you'll be leaving the Melbourne Cricket Ground and going to Subiaco. Dipper, you've got the man of the moment.
I certainly
Big
have.
Harry.
Congratulations on your 300 games.
Thanks,
Week by week, 300 times.
Yeah, that's exactly right, David. Just it is a worry, really, that I can get there. Been a great win, good day.
Can you take us before the game, emotionally, a bit nervous, we heard?
Oh yeah, a little bit. I'm probably tired from all those bloody photographers and journalists during the week. But no, it's just great to have a win, because normally we don't win on those sort of milestone occasions.
An important game for Carlton, obviously, because Richmond gave it to you at the three-quarter time, but the experience of Bradley and Kernahan.
Yeah, they're great players, and they just keep getting better.
Keep going, buddy. Let's see another 100 games to go.
Bad luck for the Tigers. Wayne Campbell, tremendous second quarter, as Ratton with his broken nose. And a couple of curly tops, Kunafidis and Brown. John Northey just going through his notes. Well, it's been circumspect, but I think they can still take plenty out of this game, and they're going to do it. The dinosaur's going to be carried from the ground.
Gee, it takes a few of them to lift him to have a look at that.
Well, they've got the right men, Kernahan and Dean, haven't they? A couple of pallbearers.
What a great character in
I
the
shouldn't
game.
say Harry's dead, he's far from dead, isn't he, Jared?
No, he's had a great career, and what a fitting tribute to one of the players who's probably one of the most popular players that's gone around in recent times.
Jared, he's going to have to duck shortly, I reckon, don't you? To get through.
And the Carlton crowd roaring for Harry Madden.
It's been a terrific day all round.
Would have loved him to take that mark in the last 2
Kick the
seconds.
goal, yeah.
Not half as much as he'd love to have done it, Jared. There's Milhana, whose injury also was a blow to Carlton. But a grand occasion today. One of those days that you love living in Melbourne, isn't it? On a Sunday afternoon with all the fans and the fervour. And they've loved this today. But the Blues were too good in the end. They won by 5 goals after a terrific struggle. 17-13 to 12-13.